Life after Adobe, cutting the cord. What's the best Acrobat alternative? I'm glad you asked. Let's take a look. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much once again joining me for tea time today. We have a little bit of fireside. So good, so good. I hope you're joining me with your cup of tea, maybe a cup of coffee, hanging out, talking tech, talking photo, talking video. Today is a technology day. We're gonna be talking about an Adobe alternative. Now, if you guys don't know and you're new here, you didn't know I was the guy that started the Life After Adobe Cutting the Cord series way back 5 years ago when I went cold turkey and deleted all Adobe software. Well, now 5 years later, I can say I still do not have a single piece of Adobe software on any of my systems. Any. I cut the cord and stayed cut, and I'm happy that I did. Because if not, I've been paying in perpetuity forever with this rental lease thing where you never own anything. I don't like it. I like to purchase something and then use it. And then if there is an upgrade to it, I'll buy it or I won't buy it. What ends up happening is then the company is forced to make sure that the upgrade is something that I would want. They are trying to influence me at that point by giving me a really good reason to upgrade. Whereas with Adobe, now with this non-perpetual type of thing where it's all just simply rental, they don't have to do any of that. Innovation is dead. That's all that they need to do is iterate. Simply make small iterations and just get money and money and money and money. Whereas years ago, they had once again had to figure out a way for me to go from 4.0 to 4.5, from 4.5 to 5, so on and so forth. If not, it wouldn't happen. Once again, innovation is dead when it comes to Adobe, in my personal opinion. I wouldn't use their software. And one of the problems that we had when I created the Life After Adobe Cutting the Cord series was that some products were very difficult to come by as alternatives. I came up with some really great alternatives to Lightroom and to Photoshop, Illustrator, and all the rest. But one of the stumbling points that I had during that time was Adobe Acrobat. And I really wasn't able to find something that was really good, that I can say, yes, this is something that you can use as a direct alternative to the Adobe Acrobat, and you're going to be happy with it. And it's perpetual. You don't have to pay, once again, in perpetuity. Well, I found something, and I want to show it to you because, once again, you guys have been asking me about this for years, and here it is. This is the video for you. So I'm going to show you how the product works in this video so you can take a look at it. And if you're interested, I'll leave you a link maybe down below here or in the pinned comment or the description or something. You can go and check it out. I know right now they have this Black Friday deal going on, and that's why I wanted to get this out before Black Friday because I think it's like 50% off or something. It's pretty damn cheap. Okay, so definitely check that out before Black Friday if you can, but even if you can't, it's still a one-time purchase, which is great. The other thing that I really like about it is literally 4 times cheaper than Adobe Acrobat. So whatever that's worth, 25% is pretty good, all right? Now, I'm going to use this, right? I'm gonna use my Mac for it because right now I'm on Linux. But I'm going to use my Mac to do the demo so you can see what this thing is all about. You can also use it on Windows. You can use it on iOS. If you have like let's say an iPad, you can also use it on Android, which is really nice because it's cross-platform. So you can edit on your iPad, then move into your Mac, edit on your Mac, and then move over onto your Android device, edit it there. So it doesn't matter what platform you're on, you're going to be able to edit your documents. The only one that's not covered is Linux. And hopefully in the future, they will have a Linux version out too. So right now we're using Mac because if you remember, my Windows computer is here. We started doing the Life After Microsoft Windows series about 140 days ago or something. I'll have to look that up. But this is where Windows has been sitting ever since. I am currently using Linux on my recording system. When we do our JC Lives, everything is on Linux. Once again, breaking away from those norms, breaking away from mainstream, using Linux instead of using Microsoft or using a Mac instead of using Windows. Not a fan of Windows because of all of their telemetry in it and everything else. Anyways, I digress. So before we dive into my Mac and I'll show you what the software looks like, the UI, I have to say, is absolutely perfect. It is really simplistic. It is unlike what you would see with Adobe products, Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop. You look at it, it's like there's a ton of stuff that you don't use. You don't know what to do. It's just a mess. It takes a long time. This is easy to learn, right? There's not much to it. The UI is very clean and simplistic, and I think that that's awesome. Now, one of the key points, I guess, is you're going to be able to do your standard editing of a PDF document. So that means your markup, you'll be able to add images, you can edit text, you can also put like stickers on it or whatever, right? All of the normal stuff that you do with Adobe Acrobat, you're going to be able to do with this UPDF. Absolutely perfect. Move things around, spin them around, do whatever you want to do. Also, what's really cool is it has really nice PDF management features, meaning that you can drag and drop and split and rotate and rearrange pages. You could do anything that you want to do. It's almost like using Publisher or something where you can really design the pages exactly how you want, customize it. And remember, you can put those fields in there for filling out data, and then you can put a signature at the bottom so that people can sign it virtually. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do with it. Also, what's really cool is it has conversion and OCR software built into it. OCR stands for optical character recognition. So it's pretty neat because you can bring in any PDF or Word document or Excel document or a PPT document or whatever, bring it in, and it'll automatically retain the format of it, and now it's editable. It's pretty damn cool. So OCR works really good when it comes to this software. Also, documentation summarization, which is kind of neat. Translation from one language to another, and it will do mind mapping. So it will mind map a conversation. And of course, the big thing is being able to sign your documents or sign PDFs. So once you create that PDF or you bring in a PDF into the software, you can virtually sign it, fill out all of the fields, and then sign the bottom, like contracts and whatnot. This is what the majority of us use it for. For me, for example, I use it for contracts with, let's say, promotional stuff, or if I'm doing some type of episodic TV show and I need to be a DP, a director of photography, and I need a contract drawn up of what I'm going to do and not do and what is going to be the pay and all the rest of the stuff. I'll draw it up in the PDF software and then hand it over to them in a file or through Google Drive or however. They can read through it, fill in all the fields, and then sign the bottom, and there we go. All set. We don't have to do anything else. There's no more faxing or having to go over there and have someone physically sign. This can all be done once again through the PDF, which is fantastic. The other thing is being that it's cross-platform is really nice because I can be working on a document, let's say at the house on my iPad, and then later on just simply upload it into the cloud, because I think they give you right around 2 gigs of space in the cloud. That's free. So 2 gigs is a lot when it comes to PDF documents, okay? So I can just upload it in the cloud, and then when I get into the studio, do the edit now on the iPad or on my Mac or on whatever, so that I can actually work in multiple places, because once again, the document stays in the cloud. It's really simple. Now, if you don't want it in the cloud, you want to download it onto like a little pen drive or something like that, you can do that too, of course. But the cloud makes it really super simple. All right. Now, there are 2 different versions that are available. Number 1 is the perpetual license one, the one that I recommend, which is the Pro version. And then they have a Pro Plus AI Assistant that gives you a little bit more AI features. And I believe it adds in GPT-4 and stuff like that. But that you're going to end up paying a monthly charge for. You end up with more space. So instead of having 2 gigabytes of space in the cloud, you end up with 102 gigabytes of space in the cloud. So you add a couple of extra features, but for me, I do not want to pay a rental, okay? So I am going to promote to you the one that I would get, which is the Pro version. And it has everything that you would possibly need. Let's say 99% of all of you would find this to be absolutely perfect, a direct replacement to your Adobe Acrobat, which is great. All right, let's check this out. So Instead of adding a file right away, let's just look at the tools because this will give you an idea of what is possible with the software. Under here, we can see organized pages, page sorting, split documents, split pages, PDF from scanner. That's really great because then you can actually load a scanned document and turn it into a PDF. Very neat. You have extract pages, delete pages, crop pages. Then under edit, you have watermark. You also have edit text, header and footer, comment, edit image, and add signature. Those are all very important. Adding images, adding comments, adding signature. Signature is probably one of the most important things in many PDFs, especially when it comes to contractual stuff. Then under create PDF, you can create it as an image, as a Word document, an Excel document, or a PowerPoint to PDF. Either which way, however you want to do it. And then of course your exports would be PDF to image, PDF Word, PDF to Excel, and once again, PDF to PowerPoint. Under optimization, you have compress PDF. That'll just simply crunch them, make them smaller if they're too large, but usually PDFs are pretty small in the first place. Then you have OCR software, which is really cool. That's optical character recognition. So you can bring in any document, doesn't matter if it's a PDF or not, and it will convert it to a PDF. And then you can add your fields or your images or your signature spot to mark it up. So you can set it up as a PDF. And then finally, protection, because some people will need the protection and you can do it using password or a digital signature. You also can redact stuff. That's pretty important too, because if you're working on a legal document, a case, for example, you need to redact some things, you can do that right in this software, which is really cool. And then take that redaction off later on if you need to. And then you have compare files, which is really important too, because then you can compare two PDFs to see what changed. Very neat. So let's go over here to recent. There's nothing recent. And we will go and drag in a PDF document just to see how it works. And there you go. Hi, I'm the UPDF AI. Do you want to get started? So we can go through this. I'm just going to put that I understand the conditions, go through. You can read the end user license agreement. You should also look at the privacy policies, make sure there's nothing that you don't like there. I'm going to hit accept. And this is what it looks like. Let me expand it so it's full screen. There we go. We can see it a little bit better here. Now, there's a bunch of different tools. Like I said earlier, there's like 13 different markup tools that you can use, and there's a ton of different things for doing highlighting and annotations and whatnot. But I'm not going to go through everything because obviously this is a PDF piece of software that has a lot of things that you can do with it, but I'll just show you a couple of things. Now, this PDF document I just downloaded from the web, it says social media influencer contract, and it already has these regions where we can fill stuff in, which is perfect. Now, if we wanted to add a region, we can do that. Let's go down to the bottom and see if there's a signature area, because that's important. Now, on the left-hand side, you can see here are the pages, right? We can scroll through the pages and then just click on wherever we want to go. That makes it super simple. Also, if I wanted to take this signature page and move it up one, for example, instead of page 5, I wanted it page 4, I could just click on page 5, move it up just above 4, and let it go. And there you go. Now we have the signatures up one page. I don't want to do that, so you can always hit Command Z or Control Z on a Windows machine. So we hit Control Z, and there we are. Now, as we can see, there is a signature site already in this document. Now, if I click on it, it comes up with the document is trying to connect to esign.com. That is a very popular way of signing digitally your signature. Now, maybe we want to add an image of the influencer at the bottom of the document, at the bottom of the PDF, let's say. So if we go down to page 5, let's scroll down to the bottom over here. Right underneath the signature, remember this is an esign.com signature. If we click on it, you can see it says esign. A lot of people use that. It's completely up to you. You can use esign. There's other options, or you could just have a blank there where they can sign it if you're going to do this manually instead of digitally, which is fine. So down here, we want to put that image. So let's go ahead and shrink this up a little bit and then grab an image. I've already selected one. I will take this image and just drag it into the document. And there you go. Very, very simple. Now it's kind of big. Let's get back into the document itself and make it big so you guys can see it. Now we're obviously covering up a lot of other area, but we could just simply move that down a little bit like this. and that is it. If we want to make it smaller, we can make it smaller by a certain percentage. What's nice is we can flip the image if it needs to be flipped, or we can rotate it the other way, or what we can do also is flip it upside down if we needed to do that. You could also flip the image horizontally if it works better in your document. You can do that. Maybe you want to put some words over here. Now, what I really like about this is the idea of collaborating without doing it live. So if I was to take this document and I was going to send it over to a colleague of mine, say, does everything look good? And everything in the entire document is perfect, but then when we get to the bottom here, he's like, this picture, I don't like it. I want to replace this picture, okay? The social media influencer, it just isn't a flattering picture. So instead of doing an annotation, which we can on here, and then send the document back, and the annotation will say, change picture out, I don't like it, blah, 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 right? You could just simply add an annotation sticker. And I think these are really fun and cool. Check this out. So here are all your stickers. We can come over to the hands and see what this looks like. This one I really like. There's the thumbs down. Let's go ahead and do that. I will take this, put that there, and maybe I'll make it a little bit bigger too because I want it seen. There you go. Something like this. I like that because it makes it fun. Instead of making this annotation, which you could also take this sticker and move it somewhere else and say, look, I don't like this little signature area. All right, let's go ahead and work on that. Let's fix that. However you want to do it. It's completely up to you. The thing that I really like about this software is that it is, I would say, every bit as good as Adobe Acrobat, and in some areas even better. It just makes it very simple. Very, very simple. There is a ton of different features that you can use here. Once again, I don't have time to show you all of them, but let me just say that in the 5 years that I cut the cord with Adobe, this is by far the best PDF editor that I've found so far. Now, before I move away from the computer screen, I just want to show you one other thing that I really like about this. And for me, here in Florida, it's kind of important. So if I was to take something like the advertiser legal requirements, right? And I was to highlight that, okay? Now, what I want to do is I want to translate that, okay? Now, how do we do that? Go over to UPDF AI, come down, and then go to translate. We go down to Spanish, and there we go. What's nice is I can hit copy. So let me just go down to the bottom, and I'm going to just hit paste, and there it is. So you can see it's very simple to be able to do a language translation, and it's built into it, right? So there's a lot of powerful features in here that you can explore that, once again, I don't have time to go through all of them, but there is a lot. And having the ability to create a PDF just like you would on Adobe Acrobat, but do it inside of this software, a piece of software that you can simply buy and then own. Once again, 1/4 of the price of Adobe. It allows you to break free of Adobe. And that to me is extremely important. So what do you guys think? You've asked me to do this video for a long time, for probably about 5 years. And I have not been able to do it because I have not been able to find a good enough alternative to Adobe Acrobat until now. So this is for you guys. This is for you. I am adding it into the Life After Adobe series. It's going to stay there in the YouTube playlist in perpetuity. It'll be there forever. So if you're looking for, or if you're just watching this video and it is a year later, still take a look at this software because as of today, it is the best that I was able to find. And if you're watching it and it is now just before Black Friday, check it out because 50% off is pretty damn good. And once again, it's only 1/4 of the price of Adobe Acrobat. And it's doing all of the exact same things. Now, there is one thing that I would like to have seen in this software that is not there as of yet. I guess two. Number one, I would like to see it available on Linux. All right, that would be fantastic. And number two, which is important to me, but I'm probably that 1 percentile, all right? When we do production, let's say I'm doing an episodic TV show or something. In that production, all right, there's going to be things that I need to know, like lighting, cameras, what we're going to use, scripts, all of this stuff. And by putting it into one PDF document and then having the ability to collaborate with multiple people around the planet, all right, sometimes planet, sometimes state, sometimes out of state, be able to collaborate and say, okay, we want this, we don't want this, put a sticker on this, a happy face over there, annotate this, add this, and do it all live. So it's real-time live annotations, real-time live changing of the PDF really is powerful. But that is for me. 99% of the people will not use that feature, and that's why I say I am that 1% because of the work that I do. So, in my personal opinion, if you are that 99% of the folks out there, this is going to be absolutely a perfect replacement to the Adobe Acrobat product. And you will be able to purchase a perpetual license for it, a one-time fee, and that is it. If you want to upgrade in the future, buy it. If not, don't. Just use the perpetual license that you have, once again, in perpetuity. You're not having to pay a monthly fee every single month forever like you do with Adobe. I am just simply not a fan of it. So what I'm going to do is I will have that link down below. You can click on that. If it is prior to Black Friday, there's probably a 50% discount is what I understand is going on. Check that out. If not, and you're watching this video in the future, that's fine too. Check out the trial. The trial version is free. You can download it. You can test it out, see if it works for your needs. And once again, when you save something out, it's going to put a watermark on it. If you don't want the watermark because you've tested it and you really like it, just simply purchase it. All right. It is once again a one-time fee, right? You're not paying forever. So guys, I hope you found this helpful. I know I have when it comes to this PDF stuff, because this was a hard one. This was a hard nut to crack, but the nut has been cracked. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here. If you enjoy the content, throw it a thumbs up. That's very helpful. Don't forget to share it with your friends, family, colleagues, Reddit, Facebook, wherever. If you're not subscribed, consider doing so. And if you are, thank you. I appreciate that. Click this little notification button over here so when I go live and when a new video comes out, you'll be notified of it immediately. And if you're looking for any of my free ebooks, just for you being here, check them out. Go to JCristina.com/books. Once again, JCristina.com/books. And if you want to say thank you for all of my hard work on this channel, there's a thank you button down here that YouTube gave to us. Thank you, YouTube. Appreciate that. Click on that, give $1 or $2 if you like. If not, that's perfectly fine. The video is still free. Consider becoming a member of the channel. That would be awesome. Once again, Life After Adobe, Cutting the Cord. That series will be right here. You can click on that playlist when you're done watching this video, and you can see a whole bunch of helpful how-tos, what to do, what not to do, which packages are great alternatives and how they work and how they compare to the Adobe original packages. That's Photoshop, that's Illustrator, of course, Lightroom, and all the rest of them. I have alternatives for all of them in that playlist. And finally, head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find all the photography tools I've invented for you and me over the many years, and hopefully there's something there that you might like. And if there is, please pick it up and support me and my family. You'll find my merch, my tees, my shirts, my books, and everything else over there. Many blessings to you and your family. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay connected, and don't forget, stay Adobe free. Take care, guys.